Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Welcome fam to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser. Central banks and nation states are failing. Bitcoin killed them. Nailed it. We'll also be discussing rapper 50 Cent claims his ex account was hacked to promote celebrity meme coin. We'll also be discussing Winklevoss twins refunded for exceeding the Bitcoin donation limit to President Trump. That's right. They collectively donated $2 million and they had to return that donation, interestingly enough. We'll also be discussing asset managers update proposals for the Ethereum ETFs, eyeing a July launch. I'll be breaking down the likelihood launch date, as well as breaking news. Michael Dell's Bitcoin post sparks massive Bitcoin purchase speculations. As you know, Dell is sitting on over $5 billion in cash. Will they likely become the next MicroStrategy? We'll be discussing that. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin can skyrocket nearly 300% from today's price, according to Skybridge Capital's CEO, Anthony Scaramucci. I'll be breaking down his timeline. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, Crypto La Familia. Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Another fabulous day here. If you're new to the YouTube channel, very important to smash those thumbs up and subscribe to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Also hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. As always, greatly appreciated. Today is pod number 1678. I'm your host, JV, and it's June 22nd, 2024. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. Let's go. So you should be able to see on Coin 360, we're sitting above 64,400. Ether is correcting while BNB, Solana, Cardano, and Tron are pumping and in the green. Checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're sitting at a 2.34 trillion market cap, and the Bitcoin market cap is sitting at $1.26 trillion. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. Satoshi Vision leading the pack, 6%, Monero 4%, and Layer 0 3%. Below that, Cospa, Jasmy, BTT, and Pendle. Which particular alts, fam, are y'all most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, so we get a visual perspective on the daily. I'd say about 50% of the market in the green, the other 50% in the red. And zooming out on the monthly for a broader perspective, unfortunately, roughly 90% of the market in the blood red. So you already know. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're back in neutral, all the way down to a 53. Wow. Yesterday 63 greed, last week 74, and last month the 76 in extreme greed. We like to look at this metric. The higher this number goes, the more likely of a correction, and vice versa. When we drop, the more likely of another pump. So there you have it. Where do you feel this Bitcoin price action is likely to take us this month of June, considering there's only another, week left in the month? Let me know. But anyways, without further ado, we got to get to some technical analysis. Let's check out some of the charts of what's popping in the market right now. Headline reads, Bitcoin dips below the short-term hodler realized price, sparking $60,000 fears. Oh no, end of the world. And I'm being sarcastic because I remember back in February of this year, I was so grateful that we smashed 50,000 and we're still above 60,000. So, I mean, for Christ's sake. But anyways, quoting Crypto Quant, falling under this threshold suggests a potential 8 to 12% correction towards 60 Gs, a level not broken since May 3rd when Bitcoin was trading at 59,000. And on June 22nd, Bitcoin's recent decline saw it drop 2% to 63.4, falling below the short-term hodler realized price at the time, which was 64.2. And according to the look into Bitcoin data, as you can see the chart on your screen, short-term hodler realized price is an important indicator for traders, as it is the aggregate cost basis of the more speculative Bitcoin hodlers, wallet storing Bitcoin for 155 days or less. Now, it can act as solid support, as it has for much of the bull market since early 2023. The Bitcoin price tested the short-term hodler price action multiple times in the recent weeks. However, breaching this level raises concerns amongst traders that a further decline in Bitcoin's price is possible. So my question for y'all in the live chat, do you think we already bottomed out at around that 63 level, or do you think we'll continue to correct? I want to know your thoughts. Quoting Crypto Caesar, Bitcoin short-term hodler realized price generally acts as support in upward trending markets. Let's see if it holds. And Philip Swift, shout out Philip Swift from Looking to Bitcoin. I've actually had him on the show here. He's a great analyst as well. But anyways, Bitcoin has been hovering around 65,000 for a while, making traders speculate where it's heading next, especially after two big events thus far this year. We had the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs in January. I think that was on the 11th, the official launch. So it's been 5 months. And we also just recently had the halving on April 19th. Happy 420, family. But yeah, it was reported Bitcoin's been in its longest period of consolidation for 92 days. And analysts believe the extended steadiness could be setting the asset up for a massive upside rally. In fact, CEO of Crypto Quant believes the Bitcoin network fundamentals could support a market cap 3 times the current size compared to the last cyclical top. And I believe we peaked out around that 3 trillion mark. So 3 times the size would take us to roughly a $9 trillion market cap. Let's go. Now, he also referred to a chart comparing the Bitcoin price and the associated hash rate to the market cap ratio, highlighting the crypto's ongoing volatility and the resilience of the Bitcoin network. If this ratio continues, he declared we can potentially sustain a price of $265,000 per Bitty. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Crypto Quant CEO. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, central banks and nation states are failing. Bitcoin killed them. Amen. We see a fight for crumbs in Eurasia and Middle East. Violent scum killing each other for more worthless paper money in the name of the state, or some Antarctic religious BS. We see mass looting everywhere else by fentanyl zombies and hedge founders in the United States. I'm not sure what this flag is right here, but anyways, only Bitcoiners survive. Only El Salvador thrives. Tell them, Max. And now let's check out some of the live charts really quick. We're going to look over on TradingView. Give me a second to pull this up. So yeah, here we're looking at, let's see what chart this is. This is the 15-minute chart, live and in the flesh via TradingView, which is showing you the Coinbase exchange price action. Kind of flat, but we do have a target, a double bottom target of 65,355. We're going to zoom out some. I'm actually going to start with the 1 week. Let's do the 1 week. We got that right here. We'll look at the 1 week and then we'll zoom in some. This is the 1 week chart. Looking bullish to me. Nice little moving averages are those, the purple and the blue lines that you can see. In fact, the blue one is the long moving average. The orange line where it's pretty much on the candles, that's the short moving average. And then the purple is the mid, just FYI. And the indicators you're looking at below that are the RSI, Relative Strength Index. And then we have the MACD. You know what I mean? And let's zoom in a little. Let's go to the 1 day. Here's the 1 day chart. Again, live and in the flesh. We do have a target in the red you can see on your screen, sitting at 72.9. And we have a target south sitting at 61.1. And then the blue target all the way down to 53.6. And let's check out a couple more of the charts. That's the 1 day. Let's look at the 4 hour. That's one of my faves right here. We got some action going on as well. We do have a target sitting at 70,500. And we do have target below that sitting at 60,500. And we're going to zoom in one more. We're going to do the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour chart. We do have a big fat target sitting at 70,000, basically 71,000. And we also have a target, a bullish pennant sitting at 65.5-ish. And then we have a target to the south sitting at 61.8. So there you have it. But anyways, we got a lot of news to share with you today. A lot of good stuff. So let's move into our next story of the day. This is actually just interesting. Rapper 50 Cent claims X account was hacked to promote celebrity meme coin. That's right. Renowned rapper Curtis Jackson. Now shout out 50 Cent, because he's also bullish on Bitcoin. A long time ago, he sold one of his albums specifically for Bitcoin. So he's known to be a big Bitcoin holder. However, probably smart. He claims he don't have the Bitcoin. Maybe he lost it in a boating accident, but we all know once you have it, You already know the rest of the story, but anyways. So yeah, was it a rug pull? Fraudulent developers created a new token called G-Unit and used 50's large following of roughly 13 million followers to attract more investors to pump the price before draining the value. The token's price then crashed to virtually nothing. Womp womp. Curtis Jackson posted to his 32 million Instagram followers, claiming his X account and website had been hacked and that a significant amount of the victims' funds had been drained from the project. Quoting him here, the Twitter worked quickly to lock my account back down. Whoever did this made $300 million in 30 minutes. Good Lord. People just looking to ape into anything. 300 million? I hope he's exaggerating. That's an insane number, but it just goes to show you the power of influencer marketing and meme coins, bro. People are just looking to throw their money away. He posted 3 images showing posts from others in the crypto community discussing the G-Unit meme coin. The charts show a sharp price spike followed by a sharp decline, typical rug pull. And when reviewing the data of G-Unit's meme coin on Dex Screener, it showed multiple wallet addresses sold significant amounts of the token. 4 accounts sold more than 100,000 of the meme coin following its promotion to the rapper's account. 50 Cent claimed that users had been defrauded over 300 million as a result. Mr. Gary Gensler, why don't you go after some of these bad guys, yo? A figure that grossly overstates the value that anonymous traders made from selling the G-Unit tokens. And at this time, they had trading volume of $19.4 million. The news comes after a string of celebrities have been associated with crypto launches in recent times. I mean, I can't go on X without another major influencer launching a meme coin. For me, it's getting old, but nonetheless, like I said, people just want to give their money away, it seems, and they'll buy anything. So go figure. We also had Jenner Coin, which we all thought was like a deep AI fake when it was first launched on Jenner's, X account. Or Bruce, I don't know what you refer to it as, but nonetheless, then he's like, no, this is real. I really launched a meme coin. So you can't make this ish up. I mean, it's just easy money at the end of the day. So, but what if 50 was in on it, pretending his account was hacked to make a quick buck? Because that's another theory I saw floating around the internet, especially on X. In fact, what's his name? Dylan Dennis even showed some private conversation allegedly between him and 50, asking him to pretend your account was hacked and make a quick few $1 million. However, I don't know if that's legit. I don't look at 50 Cent as a scammer because he's so successful and, doing what he does. He's been successful for decades. So I'm skeptical, and I don't believe anything Dylan Dennis says anyways. But nonetheless, a lot of theories floating around. Let me know if you've seen this and what your thoughts are, family. And anyways, without further ado, let's move into our next story of the day. Speaking of Trump, this headline reads, Winklevoss twins refunded exceeding the Bitcoin donation limit. I never knew there was literally a Bitcoin donation limit. Can't make this ish up. Check it. The billionaire Winklevoss twins, founders of the crypto exchange Gemini, were refunded after their Bitcoin donations to Trump's presidential campaign exceeded the maximum amount allowed under federal law. Whoa, so there's a federal law that determines how much Bitcoin you can donate. Interesting. According to the Bloomberg report, the portion above the legal limit was refunded to the donors, citing a campaign official who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the matter. So the twins each announced donations totaling $2 million in Bitcoin, which means $1 million each, right? And they just announced that on Thursday, and which would exceed the maximum $844,600 that the Trump committee can legally accept per person. So what is that? Maybe 156,000-ish too much. So I guess they're still going to take the $2 million, just refund the 300,000. So it is uncertain whether the Trump 47 committee. Now, anything that is symbolic of 11 is a divine omen. 4 and 7, and just saying, is 11, but I digress. Which accepted the Bitcoin donation and typically focuses on the larger contributors, return the amount of the Bitcoin or converted it into the equivalent value in cash trash. And according to the report, the donated money is split amongst former presidential campaign, the Leadership Political Action Committee that pays the high legal bills, the Republican National Committee, and the 42 GOP state party committees. Trump's acceptance of the Bitcoin donation moves towards the burgeoning relationship between his campaign and the crypto industry, a key player in the 2024 election, the key player, I would say. Investors and allies rally behind candidates who promise a lighter regulatory hand. You know, it's interesting. I just saw as well, RFK Jr. just pulled the Trump move and announced the same thing Trump announced and said if he is elected president, he will also pardon Ross Ulbricht. I found that interesting. Now, the Winklevoss brothers reportedly attended a June fundraiser for Trump, costing up to $300,000 per person. They also have donated roughly $5 million to the Fair Shake Political Action Committee. They're sick and tired of Biden, can you tell? Which has been responsible for attack ads against lawmakers and backing certain Democratic and Republican candidates for office. Many of the users of the crypto exchange Gemini, founded by the twins, spent months trying to get back their funds they invested in Gemini Earn, a program to earn yield on crypto assets run jointly with now bankrupt Genesis. However, users can now get their earned assets back. Last week, the New York Attorney General, everyone's least favorite AG, I would say, Letitia James, said she recovered $50 million from Gemini for users who were defrauded. Gemini agreed back in February to return at least $1.1 billion to customers through the Genesis bankruptcy as part of a settlement with the New York Department of Financial Services. The Securities and Exchange Commission sued Gemini, go figure, Mr. Noclerguer, over Gemini Earn. In fact, they actually went over or after all of the companies that offer yielding to earn a way to earn yield on your crypto, and Gemini Earn being one of the larger ones in which they went after. And I think why the SEC and the United States government did that is they're trying to protect their banks, their failing banks, that is, and their central banking cartels. Because hear me out, if you can stake Bitcoin hypothetically with Gemini Earn and earn 10% interest, hypothetically, would you keep any dollars in the bank earning zero interest and losing 20% per year due to inflation? Probably not. So there'd probably be a mass exodus of people using these central banking cartels. And so I think it's their way of protecting their old school monopoly, these oligarchs. And, it's also an attack on Bitcoin, but I digress. Let me know your thoughts. So next story of the day, we're going to be discussing the likelihood of when this Ethereum spot ETF will finally launch. The headline reads, asset managers update proposals for the Ether ETFs, eyeing a July launch. That's right. Several asset managers submitted revised proposals for an Ethereum ETF to the US SEC June 21st, meaning yesterday. VanEck, BlackRock, Grayscale, and Invesco released an updated S1 registration statement following the close of the markets on Friday. Earlier in the day, Fidelity also filed a new S1 form with the regulator. VanEck's filing revealed a 0.2% management fee on its Ethereum fund, which is aligned with competitors such as Franklin Templeton with 0.19%. management fees. BlackRock has yet to announce how much its iShares Ethereum Trust will charge investors for management. And according to Bloomberg analyst Eric Balchunas, VanEck's fee adds a touch of pressure on BlackRock to stay under the 30 BPS at least. Previous amendments were submitted to the commission over the past weeks. The S1 approval is one of the last steps before the funds debut on Wall Street exchanges. Balchunas predicts the funds will launch in the very first week of July, right around the corner, bro, just before the U.S. Independence Day holiday. So it could be July 2nd. Again, that's just about a week and a half out, family. So we'll see. The SEC approved in May the rule change that allowed the major asset managers to list and trade 8 spot Ether ETFs, including VanEck, BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, Franklin, ARK21, Invesco, and Bitwise. Fidelity's updated filing disclosed the seeding 4.7 milli at $38 per share by FMR Capital, one of its affiliates. Bitcoin updated its ETF proposal with the SEC June 19th, including a potential $100 million investment from Pantera Capital at the trading launch of the ETF. Additionally, HashDex is pursuing regulatory approval for a new ETF combining spot Bitcoin and Ether a few weeks ago. HashDex abandoned its plans to launch an ETF dedicated to Ethereum. So there you have it, crypto bros. Anyone actually excited for this Ethereum spot launch for the ETF potentially here by July 2nd? Let me know, family. But anyways, we got a lot more to share, so let's dive right into the next story. This is a big one. Michael Dell, is he a Bitcoiner? This is the controversy surfacing right now. The headline here reads, Michael Dell's Bitcoin post sparks massive Bitcoin purchase speculations. From my understanding, he's supposed to be the 14th wealthiest person on the planet. on paper at least. So let's discuss it. Michael Dell, the founder and CEO of Dell Technologies. And how many of you have used a Dell computer before? My very first laptop was a Dell, so that's why I asked. Let me know. He generated excitement with a curious message suggesting that his company might explore Bitcoin as a possible investment. He just recently tweeted, "Scarcity creates value," a phrase often associated with Bitcoin due to the supply cap of 21 million tokens against rising demand. His tweet quickly drew the attention of Michael Saylor. Shout out Mikey Saylor, a prominent advocate for Bitcoin as a corporate treasury asset. This is where it all began. 2.2 million people saw it at the time. It's probably way higher now. But anyways, Michael Dell started "Scarcity creates value." Saylor responded, "Bitcoin is digital scarcity." And then the Bitcoin Archive, shout out to the Bitcoin Archive, wrote, "Two Michaels buying Bitcoin is better than one." Amen. Dell's subsequent repost to Saylor's reply, coupled with an image of Cookie Monster eating Bitcoin. I did see that one. Cookie Monster eating Bitcoin. That was an actual image that Michael Dell posted. He's trying to tell us something, family. Left the market abuzz with anticipation he may invest into Bitcoin in the future, or may has already. We really don't know. Dell's recent financial moves provide a strong backdrop for the potential investment into the biddies. For instance, Dell Technology stock appreciated nearly 5-fold since its return to the public market in December of 2018. In the past 18 months alone, the company's Class C common stock surged from $40 to $145 per share, quadrupling Dell's net worth to around $120 billion. Making him the 14th richest person on planet Earth. I mean, that's a pretty substantial net worth for a company. How much of that can go into the biddies? Sky's the limit, or should I say, there's no limit to the sky, family. So far in 2024, Dell cashed out $2.1 billion while retaining 58% of the company's ownership. In other words, he has excess capital available to deploy into the biddies, particularly against the backdrop of the rising U.S. debt, which may negatively impact the U.S. dollar's value in the future. No, it will. The more that money printer go brrr, the more it's going to devalue the currency. Now, Joe Consorti, an analyst at the Bitcoin Layer, a global macro research firm, argued that Bitcoin can benefit corporations like Dell, given their potential to garner excess cash due to the advent of cost-cutting artificial intelligence tech. Quoting him here, "Outsized returns on their reserves during this AI boom will provide a further buffer for capital allocation during a time when spending and scaling in computer manufacturing haven't been this rapid or hotly contested in decades." Dell is sitting on $5.83 billion in cash to make that happen. I mean, hypothetically speaking, family, just imagine he pulls the Mikey Saylor, he pulls the MicroStrategy, and it goes ahead and purchases $5 billion, right, of that net worth of Dell into Bitcoin, putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Holy moly. Do you know that type of excitement that would create? That would be amazing. So for corporates, holding even a small percentage of the balance sheet in Bitcoin, even 1%, could give them a significant edge over competitors. For example, let's break down the math. If Dell Technologies allocates just 1% of that $5.8 billion cash reserves into Bitcoin, amounting to $58 million, it could potentially see this investment grow $118 million in just 1 year, based on Bitcoin's historical annualized returns of approximately 103% over the past decade. Historical data suggests that corporations can greatly benefit from the Bitcoin investments. For example, Saylor's MicroStrategy boasts a staggering profit of approximately $6.33 billion from its strategic Bitcoin acquisitions in recent years. And at this time, we also have investors like Warren Buffett who refrain from buying Bitcoin. He's the one with the infamous quote, "Bitcoin is rat poison square." And hypothetically, Buffett would have boosted his company Berkshire returns from 214% to 240% over 5 years if he only allocated just 1% of his net portfolio into Bitcoin. You snooze, you lose, big dog. And quoting the analyst again here, "Bitcoin is the single best asset to position yourself and for outsized risk-adjusted returns over any multi-year time frame. You're simply not working in the best interest of your shareholders if you ignore this without reason." So there you go, family. Very bullish news. Let me know your thoughts and how many of you are speculating that maybe Mr. 100 is Michael Dell. We don't really know at this point. Some are claiming it's a nation state. Some are saying it's just a mystery we don't know, maybe not even on our radar, but there's a lot of options out there. It could be Abu Dhabi, it could be Qatar, it could be a sovereign wealth fund, it could be a major corporation such as Dell. We don't know. Let me know your thoughts, family. Now for our feature story of the day. Check it. Bitcoin can skyrocket nearly 300% from today's price action, according to the Skybridge Capital CEO, the one and only Anthony Scaramucci, aka The Mooch. Here's the timeline. I'm going to be breaking it down for you. And welcome everyone just joining the stream. It's good to see the fam in the building. Let's break it down. Skybridge Capital founder The Mooch is making a massive prediction for Bitcoin and Ethereum this cycle. That's right. Also have an Ethereum bonus prediction for you. In a brand new interview on the Unchained Crypto channel, Scaramucci says he believes Bitcoin can soar 300% and Ethereum 240% from their current values. So what does that tell us? He is more bullish on Bitcoin than Ethereum. Let's go. Quoting him here. I can only give you my guess for the market cap. And so our top. So I think we get to 10,000 to 12,000 on Ethereum. And I do think we get to somewhere between 170,000 and 250,000 on Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this prediction. He also predicts that the US President Biden will win the re-election, oh my God, in November over Trump, and crypto assets will surge to new all-time highs afterward. Quoting him here, I think we'll see all-time highs for Bitcoin and other assets in this category during the second Biden administration. And I'm just going to stop right there. Please, God, don't let this man win another presidency. Please. There we go. And according to Scaramucci, one of the biggest bullish catalysts for Bitcoin this cycle could be the greater adoption of the top digital asset by institutional investors. Quoting him here, the number one thing for me is somebody is going to declare Bitcoin an asset class. It'll be a consultant. These large pension funds, in order to preserve their jobs, go outside consultants and ask them for advice on asset allocation, who to put the money with, where to put the money, private equity, hedge funds, etc., stocks and bonds. And somebody is going to declare Bitcoin an asset class and then offer a suggestion that Bitcoin should be 1, 2, 3% of an institutional tactical asset allocated portfolio. And when that happens, it's going to open up a huge vein of demand for Bitcoin. And I'm going to stop right there. In fact, more recently, I covered it in the show, as I reiterated, it was back in 2022, BlackRock, world's largest asset manager. They came out with a research report/study suggesting the ideal Bitcoin portfolio allocation to be 84.9%. So just let that sink in, because we're just talking a mere 1, 2, 3% of institutional assets going into Bitcoin. What would hypothetically happen if they actually followed BlackRock's recommendation of practically 85% family? You do the math. But nonetheless, back to the mooch. The state of Wisconsin, as you know, announced last month that they have about 160 million worth of Bitcoin at the price that they bought them at. The state of Wisconsin is saying, okay, this is going to be part of an asset allocated portfolio for institutions. And so if I am not long Bitcoin, I am short Bitcoin. And if I'm short Bitcoin and it's a high performing asset, my total portfolio may underperform my peer group. And I think that's happening, and that will create an acceleration of adoption and an acceleration upwards in price. So there you have it. Do you agree or disagree that Bitcoin can surge to $250,000 this cycle, peak potentially being next year? And what are your thoughts on his Ethereum projection of Ethereum rising between $10,000 to $12,000? Let me know, family, in that live chat. I personally think these are very simple targets that we can achieve very easily, considering what we have done in the performances of the previous cycles. So you already know, but I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your feedback. I want to know your projections. I want to know your predictions. I want to know your concerns and everything in between. Please drop me some comments, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. Let's read all these comments. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. Drain the swamp. 53, why would Coinbase offer zero fees if I trade stable coins? Are they a number of center? That's why. All crypto needs to be on the cold wallets before the elections. Buy your cold. Thanks for the reminder, Steve. Great lesson for everybody. Use a cold storage wallet to hodl your biddies, not your keys, not your cheese, meaning not your keys, not your coins. So if you actually hold or hodl your crypto on the exchange, they control your private keys. You got to keep that in mind. The mooch wants more Bidenomics. Paying for y'all. Apparently, Judson, apparently. If the government goes rogue, go BTC. Amen. BTC is the antidote to that rogue government. You know what I mean? LOL. AOC had a couple of hundred people at her rally today. Trump had thousands. That is wild. Salam family. Shout out Mohammed. Can I give a shout out to my daughter? 100%. Amira. Greatly appreciate you tuned in, and you have a fantastic father. So shout out to Muhammad and shout out to my family out there in the Middle East. All is possible, JB, but first let's crack the 73 Gs. Oh, we'll crack 73 Gs. You just wait. We've already done it. 73.8 is the current high. We hit back mid-March, so that'll be easy peasy. 225,000 end of the year. 500 to 750,000 is a cycle peak. 100% with you on that, JC. Let's send it. In 4 weeks, we will not sleep as every night a pump watch. Oh, I am so excited for the pump watch because number one, the pump watches are going to help our community grow like none other. We've done several here where there were 12 hours, 15 hours. We pull all-nighters. And this time we're going to have original music 100% of the way. Thanks to Chandy. So actually is a great reminder. Chandy, if you're watching this, I was going to reach out to you and request it. But if you're watching live, you'll get the request live. Please, in a Google Drive, put all of your original music that you have created for us thus far. And I'm going to put that into one long track that we can sample during these pump watches. So we can just have original music the entire pump watch, which will take it to the next level, which I'm looking forward to. So let's freaking go. Yeah, when we break back, smash 70 Gs, pump watches, get ready. We're going to pump the Bitcoin price. It's up to us. Let's make it happen. Rise to the sky. Shout out Chandy. Just gifted 5 memberships. That's very kind of you. Wow. Congratulations, Steve. Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. Gray. Mindful Pig. And Matsky. We greatly appreciate all the new members and thank Chandy for hooking y'all up. Chandarella. Let's get it.